today we're going to continue observing the properties of water, but we're going to use the scientific method because as scientists, there's a method for doing experiments. The scientific method helps us to think like a scientist, okay? So some of the steps, these are not all of the steps, but there's some of them. The first step, which is very important, is to ask a question. All science starts with a question. You observe the world and it makes you think of a question. And then in order to find the answer, you do an experiment. Experiments are the ways that we find the answers to our questions. So when you're going to make an experiment, you form a hypothesis, you make a guess what you think the answer is going to be, and then you perform a test, and then you record your results.
Method starts out when you ask a question. The hypothesis is the second step, then you test it. That's what an experiment is, of course. Analyzing the results is the fourth. Have we reached a conclusion? Do we need more support? That's the fifth step. Yep, we've been waiting. The sixth step, take our results, communicate.
All right, what's the third step? Let's see, Amy.
Is it experiment?
Yes, experiment to test out our scientific method. So here's our topic. So we learned about the properties of water. Today we're going to talk about two other properties of water, which are absorption and desorption. I want you to go absorption, desorption. Absorption, desorption. Yes. So when something absorbs water, it takes it in and it keeps it inside. Okay? When something desorbs water or repels it, it pushes the water away. So we're going to use the scientific method to test which materials will absorb water and which ones will repel water or desorb. So let me show you. Over here on this table, I have our experiment set up. Okay, so we have different materials and we're going to test, we're going to make an experiment to see what material will absorb water the best. We're going to do a napkin, wax paper, sponge, plastic wrap, paper towel, a styrofoam plate. I didn't have a sock, but I have cloth like material, and a Ziploc bag, cotton balls, construction paper, aluminum foil. So you're going to write your hypothesis. I think that tell me, you can choose just one that you think is going to absorb, and then tell me one that you think is going to repel.
I think it'll be oh, never mind. Let me put it in the chat.
Okay, put it in the chat box. We're going to use a water dropper. And then we're going to test each material one at a time by dropping 5 drops of water onto it.
It's absorbing.
All right, now pick up the napkin and like hold it up. Is the water sliding off or is it staying on the napkin?
It's staying.
So what is that?
Absorb.
It absorbed it. See the water's right there. What's the next item?
Wax paper.
Wax paper. Okay, this is the wax paper.
I put it next on fertilization.
All right, let me show the kids that are watching. This is the wax paper. Okay.
It's gonna slide out.
All right. Do you see the water on there?
Yes.
You can actually see the water drops. Hold on. Let me bring the computer close so they can see.
Like it's round.
Like you can actually see the water on it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now when we pick up the wax paper, let's see what happens.
It's sliding off. It's repelling.
Yeah. Like turn it the other way. Like yeah. Look at what's happening with the water,
no,
guys.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, you got that bit on. It's not even wet.
It's not even wet, right?
Yeah.
If you were to touch it.
Yeah.
And so remember, and look at what other quality we're seeing. Do you guys see the cohesion? The adhesion, you see how they're sticking to each other? The water?
It's not even.
It's almost like a game to get it not to fall off, right?
It's like. It's absorbed. It's gonna absorb.
Okay, now pick up the sponge.
No, it's soft. When you put water on it.
Is the water sliding off?
No.
Or is it inside the sponge?
It's inside the sponge.
Yep. So let me show everybody. So you can see the water drops on there, but it's staying, right? So the sponge just absorbed it, which means it went down in the sponge. Fine. That's it.
That was big though.
All right, so look at what's happening.
It's sliding off.
Is it sliding off or it's going inside the wax paper or the plastic?
It's sliding off.
Okay, pick it up again. There's the water just slid off, right? It slid off and it's on the table. It's sliding off.
Oh, I see.
All right, so plastic wrap.
It looks like this. Desorption.
Desorption.
Oh, that's a big one.
Okay, now pick up the water. Pick up the napkin. And where's the water? Did it slide off?
No.
Or it stayed in there?
It stayed in there.
It actually went inside, right? It's in the napkin now, in the paper towel. All right, so paper towel is absorption. That's probably why when they market, right, when they make commercials for paper towels, they call them like the quicker picker upper. Like if you spill something, you could just wipe it down and it picks it up because it absorbs the water. All right, this one might be kind of tricky, so let's really observe what's happening.
It's sliding off. There's only one drop left.
You can kind of see the drop just kind of sitting there. You guys see it?
Yeah, I see it.
So it's desorption. Because look, if I go like this, look. It's raining. Okay. All right, what do we think is going to happen?
Absorb. And you Then we're gonna do this.
All right, let's see. Pick it up and let's see what happens. Where's the water? Is it in there? Okay, there's the little drops of water. So it absorbs. What's happening with the water?
It's not going in the bag. It's not even going through it.
It stays on top, right? It slides right off.
Yeah.
Yeah, the water slides right off. Desorption.
It's absorbing.
Okay, so pick up the cotton balls. And where's the water?
It's inside.
It's inside. Did it absorb? Kind of go through it?
Yeah, mine did too. Yeah, it's doing both actually.
Yeah. So we might have to put that one right in the middle.
So it's both of them?
Yep.
Yeah, it's both.
So the construction paper is kind of doing both. It's some of the water is absorbing and some of it is sliding off. That's interesting.
It looks like you went with the horse. That they have their feet together and then like all the water slide off. All the water sliding off.
Yeah, see, so some of the water is sliding, but then some of it is inside the paper. Some of it went through it.
What does desorb mean? Does it mean like it doesn't absorb it?
Yeah, it's the opposite, right? It's the antonym. It's the opposite of absorb. So absorb means it takes it in. Desorb means it pushes it out, right? It repels it. You're gonna choose, you're gonna find a bowl with water. You're gonna get different objects. You're gonna follow the steps in the scientific method. So remember, make your hypothesis and then do your experiment and then make your conclusion, okay? And then you're gonna watch the video. So if you go here, you're gonna see all the different things to do on each page.